How many times have you told yourself that you're going to be finally, quote unquote, locking in? This is going to be a generational lock in. I'm going to be dialed in. This is going to be the pivotal changing point of my life. This is when it all started. Getting like super pumped up about this shit. Just to fail a few weeks later. You see some kind of a motivational YouTube video. It's titled "Just Lock In, Bro," and it's like a video of David Goggins running and screaming these motivational quotes. Or maybe you see a video of some ultra giga super rich guy talking about his productivity routine. You watch that and you're like, yeah, this is what I need. This is what I'm missing out on. I'm gonna lock in. No more time for fucking around. So you open up a Google Doc or a notepad or whatever, and you start creating your new lock-in routine. You're going to start creating your new life. I'm going to follow this gym program. I'm going to eat clean. I'm going to track my calories. I'm going to go to bed at 7 p.m. and wake up at like 2 a.m. And every single morning, I'm going to journal 5 minutes. And I'm going to do this and that and deep work. And you're going to do all these fucking things. You come up with this crazy routine. And while you're doing it, you feel super hyped. You feel super great about yourself when you're planning it because it feels really productive. You haven't really even done anything, but it feels like you're doing something really cool. So it feels great to do it. You tell all your friends, this is what I'm going to be doing. You change your full identity, your color code, your calendar. You start the routine. You do it for 2 weeks. You feel fucking fantastic. And then you fail one thing, one small habit. You forget to go to bed at 7 p.m. like life happens, and you go to bed at 9 p.m. and everything just crumbles apart. Maybe it all happens like this, or maybe slowly all these small habits start dropping off. How many times have you done that? Personally, I have done that stuff way more than I can even count. A lot of times. So even though there's a lot of benefits in following these hardcore productivity routines and being super locked in and working 400 hours a month and all this stuff, I'm not saying that there's no benefit. Of course, there's a lot of benefit in doing that. I just, after like 5 years of repeating that cycle over and over again, I just realized to myself that that's not really what I want to do with my life. Like, that's not the reason why I'm running a business. I'm running a business so I don't have to do that shit. So I don't have to wake up at 5 a.m. or so I don't have to fucking live like in the military. Like, if I wanted to live like in the military, I would have just stayed there when I was 18 and built a military career, Like, I started a business so I don't have to do that shit, so I can do the nice, fun things. Of course, you have to work hard. But I just realized that those routines are not for me. But that obviously creates a problem, because if you're completely unhinged and you're just like freestyling everything, it's really easy to fall into bad habits. And if you have a lot of bad habits, let's say you are doom scrolling on TikTok, or your sleep schedule is absolutely fucked, or you're not working out, or you're not doing work, it's going to be really hard to run a successful business. So there's like this paradigm here, or like there's this gap, how to be productive without doing all the dumbass productivity shit. And I'm pretty sure that I figured that out a long time ago. And in this video, I'm going to share that because it has helped me tremendously. And it has also helped me focus a lot on the important stuff, which is work, and not the other crazy shit. And this has helped me make a bunch of money, millions of dollars, and build cool companies, yada, yada, yada. You don't care about that. You don't care about me talking about myself. So, whatever. To jump in here to the whiteboard, the first thing we have to understand is when you are doing these guru routines and rituals. Like, again, I'm not saying that these things are not good, like following like a hardcore nightmare mode, no fap, mental masturbation routine. Like, again, there's a lot of good shit there. I'm not saying that you shouldn't do those things. But what I'm saying is the reason why it's really hard is because imagine you have like, let's say you have like these 10 different habits that you need to follow. You're building these crazy rules and routines that you have to follow yourself. You have to go to bed at this time. You have to wake up at this time. You have to eat this. You have to train like this. You have to work at this time. You are creating a lot of limitations and rules for your life. And first of all, the thing that most people don't even understand is only probably like 30% of these things actually make you any money. The other shit is just fucking random, like journaling. Like I always remember people talking about journaling, and I got psyoped into journaling. I was like, fuck yeah, I'm going to journal. I'm going to write my thoughts. I'm going to look back into my journal entries, and I can have these crazy insights and shit. And I would just end up sitting in front of my computer like 7 a.m. in the morning, tired as hell, trying to force like deep thoughts about life just so I have something to read back on. Never opened, I never looked back on the journal entries. Made me $0 extra. Made me no money at all. Journaling for a year, every day. Never fucking looked at that shit. Maybe you do, but at least for me, never made me any money. But anyways, so you have a bunch of these different routines and rituals and all these rules that you have to follow. What you have to understand that following these rules and following these principles and habits, it takes a crazy amount of willpower. The amount of willpower that you have to squeeze in every single day to not break one of these rules is tremendous. Damn, what a word. It takes a lot of willpower, you know? And what you also have to understand that willpower, again, scientifically proven and studied. I'm not going to tell you about the studies because you're not here for that. But willpower is a limited resource. You wake up in the morning and depending on what kind of life you live and what kind of person you are, you're going to have a certain amount of willpower. And as you make decisions during the day, as you do things during the day, things that are hard, things that are easy, your willpower depletes. Boom, 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 boom. And at some point during the day, your willpower goes to zero. And when it goes to zero, following these routines is going to be really fucking hard. You have to just like hardcore, raw discipline power through that. And again, it's possible. I was in the military for a year, went through a pretty hardcore military experience. I was able to do that shit, but it's fucking grindy. It's painful, man. It's not really fun. You have to just force yourself to do these things. So I understood this and I realized that, okay, really the problem isn't the routines that I'm following. The problem is how I'm spending my willpower. Like if I can control my willpower usage better, I can pretty much just like, if I can save the willpower for the important shit, I can easily do all the work and all the stuff that I need to do without following a crazy strict routine like this, without waking up at 3 a.m. So at least how I have understood this. Again, if there is some neuroscientist who can tell me different, please do, please correct me, because I would love to learn more about this. But at least how I have understood this concept and what I have been doing for a long time is that I think about it like in layers. So in the middle, you have your brain, you know, because your brain at the end of the day, it like controls everything that you do. And our brain has tens of thousands of years of hardwiring and programming on what kind of things you should be focusing on. It has all these beliefs and limitations and all these things. And it also has things that it's looking for, you know? It's creating impulses. So the number one thing that our brain is looking for is going to be dopamine. Like, again, from tens of thousands of years ago, like dopamine was really important. If you found sugar or fat or whatever, it meant that you're going to survive longer or you could reproduce, whatever. So our brain is hardwired to seek for dopamine. And it's looking to get the dopamine in like the easiest, cheapest, fastest way. It doesn't care if it's good or bad dopamine. It just cares about how easy it is to get. It just wants a cheap dopamine. So these are things like fucking doom scrolling on TikTok or watching Netflix shit. Or watching Netflix. Or I'm just gonna use the pen, it's a bit faster. Or like gambling or like bad food. Or drugs, or fucking going out and partying with your friends, or fucking watching porn, or whatever, you know? These are things that are gonna like spike your dopamine receptors and give you so much dopamine with like pretty much zero effort. Like if you have a phone, you can do almost all of these things like in 5 seconds without you spending any energy in doing it. You just go and you just fucking open the TikTok app and you can doom scroll for 10 hours there and your brain is gonna be getting this dopamine really predictably. And this is what our brain is also hardwired to do. And that's why you get these impulses to do these sort of things. Go watch TikTok, go watch Netflix, go watch porn, go party, go take drugs, go do all these things. We are getting these crazy impulses throughout the day to do all these things because this is what our brain thinks is the best for us. You know, it's not your fault, it's your brain's fault and how it has been wired. And it's just trying to help you out, you know? It's like, it's trying to keep you alive, it's trying to make you survive. So that's why you get these impulses. And then we look at like the layer 2. And the layer 2 are things, again, like the further the layers go, like the more energy it takes to get dopamine from them. But here are things like work, you know? If you are an entrepreneur, you run a business, you probably get a crazy amount of dopamine in hitting work goals and building your business and building your dream life. you know, but it's not as easy to get dopamine from it than from watching TikTok, because you actually have to fucking think, you have to do shit, you have to do boring stuff. It's not as easy and fun. Or gym, or whatever, meditating, eating clean, you know, eating clean, or again, whatever. Maybe you have a hobby, maybe you want to learn the guitar. Like all of these things, once you do these things, it makes you feel really great. Like when have you gone to a gym and not felt fucking fantastic after your workout? Like these give you a lot of dopamine, but it's just harder. So your brain, these are not the impulse that it's firing on. Your brain is not telling you to do work. Hey, fucking go do work. We need some dopamine. Go do work, because there's easier ways to get this dopamine. So the way how I have solved this, and it's gonna sound so brain dead simple, it's gonna sound stupid. You might click off this video. Someone commented on my last video, like, clickbait shit. You know, but it's actually simple stuff. So you might go comment clickbait shit in my comments. I don't care. What you do and what I have just done is just gotten rid of the possibility to do all these things, or made it as hard as possible to do these things. You know, like let's say you have a problem of watching TikTok, just fucking delete your TikTok account and delete the app from your phone. Delete your Netflix account. Fucking, if you have a problem watching porn, like, I don't know, man, fucking log in. But like block those websites from your browser, you know, tell your friends that you're not gonna come anywhere. Fucking, I don't know, go to rehab or something. Get rid of all the bad foods. Gambling again, like lock your accounts. If you have a problem playing video games, like you spend a lot of time on video games, like just get rid of your PlayStation, uninstall the games. You know, if you have a problem with social media, you're a lot on your phone, just get rid of your phone. Or what I did, I got like a long time ago, I got this like absolute brick phone. This like old small iPhone, has no apps in it, and it's like on gray scale or like black and white mode all the time. Like there's nothing that I can do with that phone that would be fun, you know? So again, just fucking get rid of all that stuff. So then when your brain gets an impulse, you know, in the morning you wake up and your brain is immediately telling you, we need some dopamine to survive. It defaults to the nearest thing, you know, or the easiest way to get dopamine. And if these things are not easy to do, it's way easier for you to do work, you know? Like the brain scans, okay, can we watch TikTok? Oh, we don't have the app. Can we go play video games? We don't have a PlayStation anymore. Can we go eat some bad food? We don't have any bad food in the house, you know? Can we fucking go party with our friends? It's like Monday, 2 p.m. Probably not. So what's the easiest way for us to get dopamine? We could do some work. We could hit the gym. Like those things get dopamine, give dopamine to us. And they're like easiest out of all the options that we have. And yes, it's still gonna require a little bit of willpower, a little bit of discipline, a little bit of motivation. Because like if you wanted to go and take drugs on a Monday morning, 10 p.m. or 10 a.m., you could do that. But it's way fucking harder because you deleted your dealer's phone number, or you told the dealer that you're never gonna come there anymore. Or you could go and get or like download a game on your computer, but again, it's like it's gonna take more energy to download it and sit through it and etc. So it's just easier for you to do work. And through this, I have been able to like get rid of all the distractions. And then when I wake up in the morning, it doesn't matter if it's 5 a.m. or 8 a.m. or 1 p.m. I wake up and I'm like, okay, my brain is immediately, hey, we should probably hit the gym and do some work so to get some dopamine in, you know? Okay, we should probably eat something good. Okay, the only good tasting thing in the fridge is eggs. Let's fucking eat some eggs, clean food, you know? And this has made it so much easier, and it's so fucking simple to do. It just takes a little bit of sacrifice. So just get rid of these things, these fucking dumbass things. So then when your brain gives these impulses to do things, it's gonna default to the good things, you know? Like work. It's gonna crave doing work. Your brain is so bored, there's nothing to do, you're bored as hell. I guess we just have to do work to keep the brain entertained and get it some dopamine. You're not reliant on some fragile guru routine that when you fail like one thing and suddenly you don't go to bed at 7 p.m. because something important happened. Like maybe you have a client hits you up, yo, can we do an evening call? We wanna buy some more shit. They wanna be fucking upsold. You're like, oh, I can't because it will destroy my life. Blah, blah, blah. You're not living in this fragile reality of these rules and regulations. You're just making it impossible for you to do dumb shit. So you're not doing any dumb shit. And if you're not doing any dumb shit, you're probably doing some good shit. And if you do enough of good shit for a long enough time, consistently, predictably, you're going to make a lot of money and you're going to make your dreams come true and a reality. Don't overcomplicate that shit. And that's it. I'm not going to be yapping any longer. Go check out Agent Velocity from the link in bio to scale your agency. Work with me one-on-one. Whatever, like the video or don't, I don't fucking care.